So, firstly, Grant, the club have made a number of statements this week about the incident involving Jordan Gibson. How have you managed that this week?
It's been good from a club point of view, and I think our club and Bradford have been really good in terms of what they've done. Obviously, nobody wants to see anything like that in football. I think there's absolutely no place for any of that sort of nonsense in football, really. So I think the football club and Bradford have worked together with the police and obviously, done their work on it. So it's in the hands of good people. Jordan's in a good place. He's obviously flying from last week and done well in the game and trained really well again this week. So, like I say, I think it's in the right place.
That's great to hear about Jordan, because that was going to be my next question. When something like this happens after, in a game that he's played so well in, it must be quite tough to kind of mentally get around that.
It is. I mean, look, he's got good people around him, good teammates, good staff. Like I say, the football club as well has been really, really supportive of Jordan, and we will be, regardless of whether it's Jordan or someone else or anything else that happens in football, because you see it happens all the time, don't you? It's there's just no place for it, and social media is just such a dark place at times, particularly Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. It just feels like people can say whatever they want about you, and nothing sort of way. A lot of the time, nothing gets done about it. Well, I'm pleased that it has this time, because there's absolutely no place in any walk of life for that sort of, like I say, nonsense that was sent out. So I'm pleased it's in hand.
What's it like as a manager dealing with something like that, a situation like that, Grant?
I've just left it really to the powers to be, because look, I'm not educated enough to know how to handle something or deal with something like that, because it's not my remit really. It's more putting it in the people who understand it better than me, i.e. the police. It's when we found out about it, obviously we're disappointed to hear it, but it hasn't affected Jordan this week. He's like I say, he's trained very, very well. Obviously, I'm sure he'd have been really disappointed at the time, but to put his mind at rest, and when things like that happen, anytime really in football, the best way to go about it is just to get your head down and keep working and training. So he's done that really well this week.
Yeah, great news. Looking ahead to Saturday, firstly, how has it been to just have a little rest after such a busy period?
It's been all right, yeah, it's been good. The boys have, we give them an extra day early part of the week really, because it's been relentless, probably for the last 3, 4, 5 weeks, were Saturday, Tuesday games. But the rest of the week has been good. Obviously stepped up the intensity on Tuesday, and then prepping again towards the game at Wigan on Saturday. So it's been a pleasing week.
5 wins on the bounce in all competitions. There must be such a great atmosphere around the club at the minute.
Yeah, just on to the next one. We're pleased of how we responded to the Huddersfield defeat, and the players are in a good place. Again, got stronger again this week with Sean Gree and Charlie Crew coming back from international duty. Tom Nixon, Jamie Sterry fully on the pitches this week. Robbie Gott stepping up his recovery and edging closer. So it's been better from a training perspective with the numbers we've had. Obviously, Charlie and Sean just came back today, and we're out in the pitches for a light sort of session before we stepped them off it, and the rest trained a bit more harder. But it's been pleasing, and again gives me good decisions coming into Saturday's game.
Yeah, just on Charlie Crew, Grant, first start for Wales against Canada. I know they lost, but another great experience for the young man.
Yes, it's to be trusted to play international football is the pinnacle of any footballer's career, really, playing for your country. So I know how he feels. I did it myself when I was playing. It just means everything to you when you get selected for your nation. So yeah, delighted for him, delighted for Sean. That I believe Sean was excellent in the 2 games. We've seen one of them. And I watched Charlie's game against Canada, and he was playing against some really good players, some technical good players who obviously come off the Red Bull motto with Jesse March, so it's difficult. But Charlie did fine. he grew into the game and got more confident as the game went on. So pleased for both of them.
Just going back to Jamie Sterry and Tom Nix, are they both available for selection on Saturday?
Yeah, they will be. Nice to see both of them back. Obviously, last week we had no recognised right back. This week we've got Jamie back, Tom back, Sean who can play there. We're obviously over inundated, and so it's just how quickly football can change. Obviously, Connor had a really good game there last week, but it's not a position he wants to be, putting his name in the hat for, which is right, rightly so. But we're a lot stronger from last week from a squad perspective, which is pleasing.
Have you got another injury update, Scram?
No, nothing. No, we've everybody out on the pitches today, so nobody in the treatment room, which is good for the physios.
How hard is it to make winning a habit, and keep this run going?
We don't really think about things like that, really. We just think about the next opposition. I think if you think back, or you start analysing the last 7, 8, 9, 10 games, you can lose sight what's in front of you. So I think the best way this group respond and continue to play with the freedom and the expression they're playing with is to move on to the next one. And that's the way we like to work anyway. We always look at the previous game and maybe look at things where we can get better at, but also showing a lot of the positives. But we don't dig too deep into a way back. Whether it was 9, 10 games ago, because they're done and dusted, really. We already debriefed them, so it doesn't need a big overhaul of a discussion, really. We get ourselves ready and prep for Wigan.
Obviously, you're in the top 2 now. Do you think that clubs / people outside of Doncaster, they're looking at you differently compared to what they might have done pre-season, before the start of the season, where people that might not have been educated in what you guys have done over the summer and your philosophy might have just said they're just a newly promoted team?
I'm not really too concerned what people think of us, really. I think what's really important for us as a staff and the players here is what we have here in our training ground and in our stadium or wherever we go away from home. We obviously just continue to do what we do and how we want to perform in each game, really, and that's just really been the motto since we've been here, and that'll never change. So whatever happens outside, whether you win, lose or draw, people say you're rubbish, people say you're good, it doesn't really affect us. We continue and move on to the next one.
Just your thoughts on Wigan, Grant?
Yeah, I think they've had a bit of an up-down start, really, haven't they? Some really good performances, some good wins, some defeats, defeat in the cup, but really like their manager. Ryan's somebody who I know quite well and come up against quite a few times, so done a tremendous job at Preston in the Championship and obviously now at Wigan. So I like them. I think they're a good footballing team. I think they've got some really excellent technical footballers in their team, so I think again it's going to be another tough game, but we're hopefully ready for it.